Thank you for listening today on Revealing Wholeness, sponsored by Infinity Whole Health. Check out our website at infinityWholeHealth.com, where we are revealing the eternal in each individual, the infinite in the individual. The creativity is made manifest. Limitation is let go. Now, here's your host, Dr. Troy Munson.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness. You know, I'm really stoked. This is the second time we've done a I don't like to say weight loss. I would rather say something like being your fit ideal self kind of workshop coming up on January 15th of 2020 at Total Wine on South Hill. We're going to start at about 6:30, 6:45. We'll do a little brief wine tasting, and then we're going to really get into the meat of it. We're going to talk about everything from why, like today I want to cover why do we possibly, is it the foods that I'm eating that could affect my weight loss? Well, sure it is. It always can do that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that and why and how does that work. And at the workshop, we're going to really expand upon it and really go into detail so that we understand the mechanism, so that maybe it's a little bit more real in your mind, and it can push us into that area of, I guess, strength and fortitude in the decision that we make to do what we want to do. Because we know that taste buds, man, do they tend to rule us or what? I have foods that I just love to eat, and I'm careful about it because I enjoy them frequently enough so that I don't get myself into trouble by binging. And that's what I recommend a lot of my clients do, is that they pick their favorites and they make sure that they get those in a little bit more frequently so that they don't feel all of a sudden like I've used up all my willpower and now I just feel like, I'm lacking and I deserve this. And they try to strengthen these feelings till all of a sudden that now they're just overeating these things that they should have been doing more frequently, so they didn't feel like they got to that situation. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to even reduce the cravings. We're going to talk about all kinds of wild stuff. But today I really want to hit on insulin and what it does in the body. So as we eat carbs, we spike insulin. Insulin, if we do it often enough, we can have it residual in the body. And now, when we haven't even eaten and we're hungry, there's still insulin present in the body. And we're producing more cortisol to try to help bring up blood sugar. It's not working. And so now we tax our adrenal glands because of this over insulin abundance in the blood, and it's just sitting there. And you've heard me say on prior podcasts that in the presence of insulin, you cannot burn fat. And we've talked about that if I am trying to maintain blood sugar and I spike blood sugar, which is damaging to the blood vessels, so insulin comes in and tries to lower blood pressure along with calcium and magnesium, we now really start slamming sugar down. But if I'm going to burn fat at the same time I have high blood sugar, I'm going to convert fat to sugar. And that fat becoming sugar now raises my blood sugar even more. So the body's not dumb. It's not going to allow fat to be burned in the presence of insulin, because it just said, hey, you've got all this insulin. You were just over-sugared. You're not going to burn any fat right now and add more sugar load or sugar burden to the blood. So once we can truly get all of that insulin out of the blood and keep you more stable by doing better fats, better proteins, less sugar, less bread, better vegetables, we now begin to turn the tide on fat and begin to burn fat. And we're going to talk about those cycles as we get to that January 15th talk, but that'll at least kind of give you a window and a whetting of appetite on what we're going to talk about, because I have clients that will literally come in and they tell me that there was a moment in time where it didn't matter what they ate. They almost ate almost nothing, and yet they just gained weight catastrophically and just kept putting on weight almost seemingly out of nowhere. And we're going to talk about mechanisms for that too, on how to begin to combat that and begin to change those things in the body so that we can really see some solid weight loss, but also some sugar cravings, some other cravings. We're going to talk about what cravings mean and what certain cravings, what do we do with those certain cravings, and how do we look inside the body about where maybe some of those mechanisms came from. So it's going to be an awesome time on January 15th, 2020 at Total Wine on South Hill in right above Puyallup, Washington, and I can't wait to see you all there at 6:30. And until then, I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness.